hydration, do you guys know what's lost in when we sweat? What's coming out of our bodies? Anybody know?
Sweat.
Nobody knows what sweat.
What does it taste like?
So when what does it taste like? It's salty, and that's because we are losing salt, which is sodium. I don't know if you've ever paid attention to the back of your Gatorade bottle, but it tells you how much sodium is here. Gatorade was made for a post-recovery drink to replace that sodium that's lost after you're working out or after you're training. Let's see, if you ever felt like dehydrated, if you're already feeling thirsty, that means you're already dehydrated. And when you guys are playing, you can lose up to 3 pounds of body weight, which is coming from loss of sweat. So you want to make sure you're replenishing that. So you want to hydrate throughout the day, and it should be about half your weight or half your body weight in ounces. That's how much you should be drinking for the whole day. Yeah. And so then when you're training, if you were to weigh yourself before training and then after, if you lost 10 pounds, then you're going to need to replace that. Most of the time you need to drink about 3 to 5 cups after training to replace all that sweat you guys lost. So that's why Gatorade is good during exercise and then after exercise as well. Being dehydrated can also lead to dehydration. So if you're feeling dehydrated, it's going to be because of water. If you are slowing down during practice, it's going to be mostly because of water intake. That's going to be your first reason why. And then you say you're stressed because of school. So water actually helps your brain. It's going to keep your brain hydrated. It's going to keep you focused. You can concentrate better. You can make quick decisions, which we need on the field, right? So that's why we need water. Switch to the next slide.
Hold on, can you go back to that slide real quick? Ava, read that last line for me out loud.
Like the bullet point?
Yeah, the last bullet point.
Hydration is dehydration.
Oh, dehydration.
It also, what's that word saying? Impairs concentration and the ability to make tactical decisions.
Yeah, that's very important for what we do, right? For what you guys do. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Want y'all to know that. No, sorry, wrong button.
Alright, so like I said, we need to make sure we're not just chugging water right before practice because we know we're going to go sweat or it's going to be hot, we're going to get tired. So you want to start as you wake up, try to make it a habit to drink a glass of water, about 8 ounces, before you head to school, or while you're on your way to school, make sure you're taking some sips of water. Always start that before maybe drinking a glass of milk, juice. And then rehydrate as needed. So like I said, if you're already feeling thirsty, then you're already getting dehydrated. If you are 2% dehydrated, that's like really quick, that's like that initial, like, okay, I'm a little thirsty, you're already dehydrated, it's already going to impair performance. So you want to make sure you're not feeling like that. An indicator to know if you're dehydrated is to look at your urine. If you have pale or clear light yellow, then it's going to be, that means you're hydrated. I know you guys are making faces, but that's going to be your telltale
somebody
sign.
had mentioned that to him, right? Ooh, it is true.
That's going to be your sign that you're dehydrated. So you want to make sure that you're drinking enough so that your urine is clear. And then, like I said about the Gatorade and sodium loss, you need to fully replace fluid and sodium after, especially. You want to do this within 30 minutes to 2 hours of practicing. That way, you're starting that recovery process. Okay. All right. So we're moving on to fueling your muscles. Does anybody know what a carbohydrate is? A biomolecule.
Okay.
It's carbohydrate.
It's a simple sugar.
It's carbohydrate, lipids, nucleic acid, and protein.
Damn!
It's not actually biology.
Wait, now you know what
Man,
If you don't know what it is,
I would have Googled it.
She just came from class learning that. So
Stop, I
Yeah.
learned that on the first week of school.
All right, third one.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
short-term amount of energy you use like during the run.
Yeah. So this is your primary, carbs are your primary source of energy. So that's going to turn into sugar. You have glucose that's in the bloodstream, which is sugar, glucose, anything ending in O. So you guys know that, right? And then glycogen, which is stored in your muscles. So when you are training, you're going to use up what's in your muscles. So it's like liver stores, muscle stores. So if you don't have that amount of carbs that you need to sustain like the 60 to 90 minutes of your training, then you're going to start to fatigue. So there you go, 60 to 90 minutes of endurance training can deplete when it comes down to eating, again, so this is gonna be before your game. You wanna start this at the beginning of the week. I would do it no later than 2 days, 3 days before the game. Or you guys are training, so I would just have a good habit of loading on carbs before you train or do any activity. So does everybody have a pen? I'm gonna have you guys do your own calculation.
Needs a pen.
What is your pen?
I want you guys to calculate your. You're gonna do this right here first. So you're gonna calculate your body weight in kilograms. Have you guys ever done that? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna write down how many pound of weight. So if you're 110 pounds, right, 110 or 120, whatever. You probably need your pound. You're gonna divide that number by 2.2. There's about 2.2 kilograms in 1 pound.
70.5, 30.
They're doing that.
You want my calculator?
Tiger, what are you, 125, 127?
You know my average weight.
40.9.
You're 57.7.
Yeah.
Write it down.
No, you like that number, it's smaller than the other number, right? He goes, wow. We don't use the metric to see it right straight.
I know. Wait, 63.63.
Look at the screen.
Does everybody have the number? Yeah. Okay, so once you have that, now you calculate your body weight in kilograms. Because the amount of carbs you need are 8 to 12 grams per kilogram of body weight. So you can, again, this number is going to be adjustable, and then depending on how you feel eating that amount of carbs, you can always go up. So if 8 grams per kilogram of body weight isn't doing it, you're going to maybe try 9, maybe try 10, just to see how your body feels. Do you want to play with that number? Everything's an equation until you listen to your body. So, like me, I weigh 110, so I'm 50 kilograms. If I multiplied 8 kilograms per pound of body weight, I would need 400 grams of carbs per day. Okay. So then the rest of your calories per day are going to come from your other macronutrients, which is your proteins, your fats. Okay. And I'll go over a chart of what your plate should look like after that. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about here. So you can get carbs from vegetables, you can get carbs from grains, from fruits. So it's easy to hit that number. You just have to be mindful about what kind of fruits you're eating. Some are higher in like sugar. So this is what your ideal plate should look like. What's the biggest like piece from here? Vegetables. Yes. And then your grains. So this is going to be about half your plate. So this is like whole grains. So you have brown rice, you have quinoa, you can do like beans, lentils, protein. Anybody give me an example of protein?
Chicken.
Steak.
Turkey, salmon.
Yep. Oh, your fatty fish is really good too because it's going to give you omega-3. So you get energy from that. So if you do salmon, do like rice, do broccoli, you're getting that fiber in there. And then any kind of fruit, really. Here's some pre-game. So almond flour is because it's not a if you do regular white flour, it's just burnt up quickly. So almond flour is going to metabolize a little bit slower, give you longer lasting energy. And what you can do is I make little pancakes ahead of time and I just freeze them. So then I'll pull them out and thaw them up. And then you can spread some peanut butter on it, put some banana slices, and that's a quick carb meal.
You can
And as long as,
Take notes and I'll do it.
as long as you get the veggies in, I mean, you can dip them in ranch or like add some stuff. Or you just want vegetable period.
I love ranch too, and
Hey,
that's what I'm talking
hey.
about.
You
I
can,
got
yeah,
one
everything's
cheese on it.
okay in moderation.
Okay.
It just depends on what your goals are. But yeah, you can do. There's like low-fat ranch options now. You can make stuff out of like I make with the ranch mix.
Write
You
it
can
down,
make any
man.
kind of dip with the ranch
Write
mix
that
because
down.
then you're not getting all the fat.
Write
from
it
And
down.
you
the
have the
pre-mixed
dressings
stuff.
that are 0 calories.
Yep.
They're $4 a bottle, according to where you go, but it's 0 everything.
Tastes good still.
Yeah. You do pancakes have cream cheese. Those are good.
So I don't know if you guys tore up the back of your hind bar.
When I start getting my omega-3.
Even something simple like this, if you can't get like this would be, you would need to eat this like something for lunch, but anything like before a game, so like 2 to 3 hours before a game, you want to get that last bit of like good hydration in. And then something like a trail mix pack. There's an omega-3 trail mix pack, which is not the ones with like the candy in it. So it's healthier, it has the healthier nuts. But if you guys look at the back, of these, there are 12 grams of carbs, 2 grams of fiber, 7 grams of sugar, because there's fruit in it. But you guys can pass those around. So this would be something to give you an extra little boost before, along with your water. There's that omega-3 trail mix there, so you guys want to put a star besides that. That's good to keep in your bag. Like I said, there's no chocolate in it, so you can keep it. We can go on to the next.
You're gonna eat
Pretty good.
I think it's pretty good. Get it like a
Cranberry in it, almonds.
Sam's and what's this one?
You get it raw.
Yeah, no, you want it to.
omega-3 trail.
Yeah, it's on the bottom of
So chocolate's bad in the omega-3 from it?
Chocolate's not bad, but like I said, it just depends on like if you're not trying to eat like bad sugar. But yeah, some trail mixes have dark chocolate versus like the regular milk chocolate, so it's just your option. Yeah. And then this trail mix has like it has more of your healthy nuts. So instead of just like peanuts, you want to eat like almonds, like the fatty nuts. So almonds, cashews.
I like it. Ladies, questions?
Alright, has anybody heard the term hitting the wall? Like, I don't know if you've seen marathon runners or endurance athletes. So this is what a lot of people, mostly like marathon because they're endurance athletes, say like they've hit the wall. So during training or like when they're running, if they just come to a stop basically. Their muscles can no longer go. You guys ever got that like burning feeling in your legs? Like I don't know, like if you guys weightlift?
Sometimes.
You ever get to that point, say maybe you're doing 15 reps and you get to number 12 out of your third set and it just starts like burning, your muscles burn. So basically, that kind of feeling, but it's going to be overall. So from a cardiovascular standpoint all the way to muscular. And this is due to low glycogen stores. So like I said, the sugar, your body will slow down and then stop. So that glycogen is going to come from those carbohydrates. So you want to make sure, like I said, you're carb loading before so that we can avoid that. And then again, carb options, again, whole grain, oatmeal's good, whole grain breads. There's some breads, like Brownberry is a brand. It has oats, it has some nuts in it, so you're getting basically everything you want in a piece of bread. Then all you have to do is slap some peanut butter on it, put some fruit, you can toast it, you can eat it soft.
Overnight oats.
Overnight oats, my favorite. Yep. Throw some fruit on it, so then you're getting.
For the game next time.
I'm still waiting on the cake, please. I'm still waiting on the cake.
Hey, that literally is so
you
off
got
topic. You should not be eating cake.
So there you go. So if you're doing overnight oats, you can do low-fat dairy. Whether you're doing Greek yogurt, putting your almond milk in it, you just have different options for that. That like smoothie bowl, oatmeal bowl is like really good, again because you can just throw everything in a bowl and then eat it. Smoothies are actually really good. Before a game, I would do 2 to 3 hours before because you're getting that again fresh fruit or veggies if you throw it in there. It's going to give you that boost of energy. You just want to make sure you have to, like I said, listen to your body. So sometimes be aware of what kind of fruit you're using because more acidic fruits might cause GI upset. So you don't want that during a game. So
What is
something
that,
like
diarrhea?
Well, kind of like
Yeah.
this is having to go to the restroom.
like a sour stomach. Yeah.
Genesis
So-
should have been here.
I experienced that whenever you're talking to me about something. Dad, I want
I
this.
tried to get
I get
him.
a
I promise
acidic
I tried
stomach
to get him to eat healthy.
pain is what I
But
get.
he's just like, let's go to Chipotle.
Holy, it's supposed to be healthy.
See?
If you don't get the tortilla,
Or
You
like,
just get a bowl
let's
with
go to
brown rice.
Taco
I
or
get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cinnabon delights.
I
I'm
get
like,
the black
no,
beans.
we need
It's
to
actually
Anyway.
like 2,000 calories if you eat a whole bowl.
2,000?
oh,
Even if you try to, like limit like what you put on it. It's a lot. And then you don't know how much sodium they're putting in the food, so then
See?
You just eat the bowl of head.
Never eat
She
out.
said it.
Snappy salads.
Never eat out.
Moderations. There you go.
I like salada.
how many of you guys go to Olive Garden?
Oh, Maddie,
People
raise your
different
hand.
specialties.
If anybody wants to go to Olive Garden, it's Madison.
No, it's not.
They are.
I never want to go to Olive Garden. When we go,
4,000 calories for a meal.
Really? How about the salad?
oh,
The dressing.
4,000
Yeah,
calories
the
for a
Dressing, the
meal.
bread.
Huh?
Listen. Maddie, hush.
Yeah,
Pay
so when
attention.
you eat out, this is like different. Special occasions, like I said, everything in moderation. But yeah, I did a paper on foods like outside, like Olive Garden was my one, and one pasta dish, and then the guys, the first team, calculate their calories, and we had Olive Garden one day, and the one dish was 4,000 calories. But that's again just hey, maybe it's 4,000 because we don't know how much of what they're putting in there, but it's a lot. All right, so on to this next
So is that
slide.
good or bad? I mean, good is.
Well,
It's bad. 4,000 calories in one
Well, that's a
meal.
lot, but I'm saying, is
But
it
what,
good?
what if they're training and they're,
Well,
they're training and
4,000
they're sweating
calories.
and is it still good?
However, it's
I would think.
a ton of fat. It's not.
But the boys
yeah.
used to love going to Olive Garden and they get pasta and chicken. Was that bad?
It's bad.
bad.
Olive Garden.
Oh wow. They were like, we gotta carve up for the game.
Again,
Oh, he's like, all right,
it's
let's
it's
go.
white
I'm
pasta.
asking, yeah, like.
I know.
It's
Yeah.
white pasta. So any white bread, white rice,
White rice
it
are bad.
just burns up really quickly. That's what I said. You want that
Flour tortillas.
brown rice, almond flour,
Ugh.
corn tortilla
So
instead
why,
of
no
flour.
white rice, it gotta be brown.
Not
It has to be
white.
brown or quinoa.
Okay.
Quinoa was really
Quinoa.
good.
What about the salad at Olive Garden?
So many rules.
Salad.
It's just salad, so that was kind of.
Again, anything's gonna come from like
Dressing on
condiments.
the
So,
side.
so anybody can eat a salad, and it can be healthy, vegetables. If you add chicken in it, whatever. But the minute you add dressing, especially like ranch or any kind of creamy, that's
Olive
where
Garden dressing.
because it's
I don't.
you should only have 2 tablespoons of dressing.
Not the
They
one
don't
you
even
know.
have to sell it.
That's not enough.
Yeah, nah.
You're always supposed to have
Well,
for the
leave.
taste or the flavor, not how
TJ,
we
whose
do
team are
it.
you on? Mine or theirs? Come on.
I'm trying to get you back to beach body.
And that's
That ship
I
sailed
lose
like
weight,
20
I
years
can
ago.
lose weight. I just choose not to lose weight.
That's why everybody thinks, oh, I'm eating healthy, I eat salads every day.
You know I
yeah,
can.
but
Don't-
how
don't
much?
even
How
try
many
that.
grams of fat is in that dressing? And
Yeah, you
it's-
might still have a regular meal when
Yeah.
you
That
kind
you will like really enjoy. Yeah. All right. So this says muscle tissue is damaged as you train and requires repair. I know I was always taught it's like you break down muscle in the gym or you break down muscle in the field and then you repair it in the kitchen. Because when you run, when you work out, what you're doing is making micro tears in your muscles. And when you rest is when they're repaired, and they're repaired by eating protein. Okay, so you're tearing up the muscle in the gym. That's why it's good to have a rest day. Yes, that's why you're sore because you're making all these micro tears, and when you have that optimal hydration and your protein, that's what's gonna heal. Okay. This includes, so like I said, carbohydrate fuel stores. So you want those carbs up, repairing and building new muscle tissue, and rehydrating. Again, rehydrating from 30 minutes up to 2 hours after your training.
So I got a question. If my mom doesn't like to cook, right? Nobody cooks at the house. How can I start getting some vitamins and some nutrition that is affordable and that I can ask my parents to buy it for me since they don't like to cook at the house? Like a protein shake would be ideal, or like
Yeah, protein shake.
Protein shake is fine. They have like green drink that's gonna give you your green, like your vitamins from any kind of green sources. It's like your green fruits and vegetables.
Sprouts.
Yeah, you can get pre-made juices that she can drink. The green drink powder, and you just add it to water and blend it up, or add it to a smoothie. But yeah, that would be like the next.
to start getting the nutrition that I need?
Yeah. So if you start taking like supplements and stuff, they're only
Because it's gonna be, it will be hard for a mom to start, if she's used to eating like enchiladas or bad or McDonald's, to go from that to like start like caring about nutrition and stuff.
But it's
Yeah.
possible.
Maybe something,
It's possible. It's like do canned goods, or instead of doing canned goods, go to the produce and get cabbage, get broccoli, and then you can also do, instead of us frying the chicken or frying the chicken tenders, do air fry or bake them.
Air fry.
You know, and it's like you can do enchiladas, but don't do the red sauce. Do a sour cream light sauce or do the green chili sauce.
We're starting off in increments. I like that. Small.
Yeah, you gotta
little
work your way up. It's like you can have healthy.
Hey mom, let's try some
and
broccoli.
It's easier to add something into your diet than take it all away. So like that plate, so you have it split in four, right? Your fruits, your grains, veggies. So what you want to do is instead of like, okay, you can't have this today. So if she has her enchiladas, instead of Mexican rice, add a vegetable. So say like, okay, we're gonna have something green today. All right, the next day we're gonna have something red. So maybe you stir fry some red peppers with your chicken or something. It's always introducing stuff. That's an easy way. So like I said, red, green. If you eat the colors of the rainbow, that's what you should be eating, and fruits and veggies. So if you have those in your diet, that's an easy way to.
I like that one. I never heard that one before. I like
Red
that.
and orange, carrots,
Carrots.
yellow,
You
corn,
have, you have
green.
squash.
Think of like Instagram pictures and you see like these foods like, oh my
Ew,
god.
I use broccoli, green.
Broccoli
You do
with
broccoli
cheese.
and cheese. You do
Blue.
sauteed broccoli.
Plain broccoli is
Sauteed
good
broccoli.
enough.
You do
Artichokes.
eggplants,
Blue is
artichokes,
blue,
asparagus.
Blueberries.
Asparagus.
And purple is.
Dude,
That
what
is
you call
what
it?
just a
Eggplant.
little salt.
Eggplant
yes.
parmesan? It's good.
Just the eggplant. Word
You don't like
eggplant.
it? It's good.
Alright, and then adding on to the recovery process, like I said, it's not gonna start until you start refueling. So you can't tear up your muscles, go home, and then not drink water or not eat protein or drink a protein shake because your body's not gonna have what it needs to repair itself. So until you start eating, then your body will start that recovery process. Like I said, carbohydrates, protein, and then your fluids. So fluids and sodium. I want to go back a little bit. So I put fluids and sodium because if you were just drinking plain water, like especially during practice or a game, I wish I had a new drawing board. Your body should be about this age. We start to deplete as we get older, but it should be about 60% water. And if you're only drinking water throughout, but you're losing sodium, what happens is you're drinking all this water and you only have a limited amount of sodium, then you flush out the rest of the sodium and you end up in this state called hyponatremia. So that's your lower sodium levels and then it impairs your muscle function.
So the wife was wrong. She said no more salt. I said maybe I gotta have salt. Salt's good.
And everybody's different according to your body weight,
Not
your
every
activity.
I got you.
But does that make sense?
So is all the sodium that we have in our body, is that intake or does our body produce any sodium at all?
So we need to intake it, and we get that from our food sources. But like, so if we have, Danny, can you give me like a blank sheet of paper? I'm gonna get a marker so this makes sense.
I picture myself just putting salt.
And I noticed that on the first team, the kids that were cramping, I always thought that, players they're gonna cramp, right? People are gonna run and start cramping up, and that's not true. Like, people that actually take care of their bodies, and that I knew that they were taking it serious, they never have those issues. And it wasn't until the lads, they'll go drink, and then the next day they're on the field. It's your body. It's how well you take care of your body.
You ever see Ronaldo have cramping?
Oh my God.
Ava watches him.
He was a Messi fan, right?
Yeah,
Hey?
I'm messy.
Yeah, so like I was saying, so you have 60%, so say you filled out of water. If you keep filling it with water, then you're gonna flush out, basically your sodium leaves your body, and then you're getting that cramping, you're not gonna be able to have that energy.
So even though you're putting fluids in your body, you still need sodium
You need sodium.
from your fluids
So
to
what
help.
sodium does is sodium
balance it out.
attracts water. So the sodium molecule, right? You guys know osmosis? You guys know that yet?
Oh, what?
Osmosis. Isn't that
That's an old
chemistry?
movie.
We've heard of it, but we haven't like. Or I have.
Osmosis.
in the art.
Osmosis of water.
Learning by osmosis, putting your head down, top of a book.
So you have your sodium molecule, and that attracts water. So if you're only drinking water, no sodium's gonna go. So you have water in your cells and then outside of your cells. So in your bloodstream, right, in your cells, it's gonna be in your muscles.
Yeah.
So what sodium does is, so you're drinking that water, and if you intake, you have sodium intake. Sodium regulates how much is in your muscles, and then how much is throughout your body, the rest of your tissues.
So you would recommend like water throughout the day and like half a Gatorade like in the afternoon? or
So
something
you
like
can
that?
drink a Gatorade during training.
Okay.
Mostly during training, and the reason why you don't want to drink these throughout the day is
Sugar.
because you have 21 grams of sugar in one of these.
Getting the sodium from the food is the same thing as getting it from the Gatorade, right?
Right, it's
So
just
as long as
you're not going to
eating-
eat during your
Okay.
training, so
Yeah.
you would drink it from
So
this.
they said as like Pedialyte has the electrolytes, does that have sodium in it?
It has,
Yeah.
it has sodium in it.
So
Another
does it-
thing,
So when it comes to
Oh.
this is a cheap way, and you can get, I don't know how many uses
There's
out of
sodium in
this. About 20 bottles. So instead of buying $3 a Gatorade or whatever, this is $2.99. There's
How much
sodium. There's
sodium?
electrolytes in here. There are 80 milligrams of sodium, so this is perfect.
What is it?
Wow.
That's
What is it?
Mio.
Just a Mio.
So
Just
it
like
gives
the
it
water.
gives it water taste.
Or you can do the Propel water.
That,
There are
Oh, yeah.
160
the powder
milligrams.
Pedialyte completely changed.
Does
Yeah, I was
No
doing
hangovers,
does
but-
the zero
Sir.
zero calorie Gatorade still have sodium in it? I gotta look at the bottle
It
though.
does.
But
It's
does
a sugar difference.
Yeah. Yes.
that's what we I mean not like the zero.
So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it is really zero because your
I-
body doesn't have processing, so it still does that.
Oh, that is very true.
That's with diet and everything, Diet Cokes or zero.
You trying to say because I'm fat? I
Oh.
don't know if you're getting
No,
that.
he's just saying you got a lot of storage.
I'm saying
I'm saying that
I'm
we
not
should-
talking to you right
saying that
now.
for storage.
You're starting to get like, you hanging out with George, you goddamn well.
I'm saying that I'm not
Storage,
proponent,
buddy,
I'm not proponent of.
I can store a lot,
just taking,
man. I'm just
like,
saying.
diet
I can
or
store a lot.
anything because you're messing up your body more. Just take what you're gonna drink and sort it out. I guess.
Okay, go ahead.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Drama in the house, what's going on?
It is cost. Yeah, those like taking supplements and stuff is just, I always tell you have expensive feed now because it just often washes out. You know, it's
The
not
supplements?
bioavailable to us. That's like, I don't know if you guys seen these like IV places now.
I
You
haven't
can
seen
go
it,
and
but I
get like electrolytes and stuff, and that's gonna be 100% bioavailable, so it's readily available by your body. If you take supplements, then it has to go through digestion before you can use it, right? So you're taking that supplement, and it's breaking down, and some pieces go and store into your body, and the rest just flushes out. So food and hydration is like your number one source of how you're gonna get your nutrients.
They hook you up, right?
Yeah.
You get hydrated by it. You like out there and get the bottle, right?
Matilda.
Hmm?
Talking to Matilda.
I know, Maddie.
It's
I'm
just
quiet.
the next one. All right, so post game.
Oh, last question.
Uh-huh.
Is any sodium is the same thing like getting sodium from like a can of Red Bull or soda?
Yeah,
Same
it's just
thing as
sodium.
getting it from Gatorade or like food.
Yeah, that's
Like
right.
sea
Yeah,
salt.
that's
No,
right.
I just want to know.
No,
'cause
yeah,
it's
there's-
the same. Cause I mean, think about it. I'm reading it says sodium. Is that the
Yeah,
same thing?
that's
Sodium is sodium, yeah, but
Okay.
it's like, what else is in it?
You see
But-
some of that
Yeah.
half off, so, or, you know,
Not it.
50% off or 50% sodium in salt, or sea salt, they say.
It's
is
made out
better.
of potatoes.
I read something
Is it
recently that
bad?
said that
Oh yeah.
I use like Himalayan salt, but then I saw something
Yeah,
that
you
said
know
it
a
had
lot.
like a high content. What was it?
You got one bird, I want to judge.
Yeah, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Probably sense for us.
Research on that, but yeah.
Mm.
All right, so
Okay.
post-training game fuel, like I said, 30 to 60 minutes after activity. So after your game, you have enough time. Hopefully you have a Gatorade with you at
4
least.
times the amount of protein?
Okay, yeah, into that. So 30 to 60 minutes. Your first 30 minutes is actually your most crucial time. You want to like get something in your body. And then carb to protein ratio should be 4 to 1. That means you need to consume 4 times the amount of carbs as protein. So where is it at right here? So if you do whole wheat toast, almond butter, or banana, you're getting your carbs there from that whole grain toast, and then the peanut butter, and then banana, you're getting a little bit more from the fruit, plus potassium, so it's good for your muscles. You can do a fruit and peanut butter. Again, you guys can look up like 1 serving size for peanut butter or anything you're gonna add to it, which peanut butter is 2 tablespoons.
I do eat chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk is actually a really good post-workout. It's 4 to 1. You do want to get, there's some like really sugary ones, so you do want to get low fat or fat free. And then depending on the brand, I don't know what the brand is, with the yellow cow on it. or the yellow-
Borden.
Yeah.
Don't get Fairlife. They have a big controversy going on.
Really?
It's not real milk and all this kind of stuff. The additives. They're really expensive in Fairlife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna die.
But what you're gonna do is you're gonna look.
Sorry.
So I don't know if you guys see the back of your granola bars that you have. Are you gonna look and see how many grams of protein it has? And I know those aren't 4 to 1, but how much protein?
3 grams.
And you're gonna multiply it by 4, 12, and that's in the amount of carbs you need. So 12 and then 1. So you're under. What's your?
I got you. So
You know,
if she
that's
eats 5 grams of chicken, she needs 20 grams of carbs to balance it out.
Yep.
I got you.
Yep. And it's just all for recovery. And then 3 cups of fluid,
And that's all just for recovery, huh?
just for recovery.
Wow.
Yeah. Not including.
Yeah.
Does age matter when it comes to like protein shake? I mean,
Age?
yeah.
You're talking like for your mom?
No, like the younger is that bad to get into supplements like stuff like that?
It's just
Because
protein.
it will be like easier. You
It's
know,
protein, but
then
they're-
after just the protein shake.
Just put an IV in.
It's just protein. However, a lot of protein, Joel probably knows, it's not clean protein. You have a lot of.
What?
It,
You
You
still
meant
need.
isopure?
it's still, that's probably not.
Yeah, no.
You
I
still
use,
need-
what is it, Sun
I pay extra
Warrior.
for this stuff. They're ripping me off.
But you
There's
still
a
need
lot
the
of,
extra
like,
additives for the kids.
High metal content, additives, like there's a bunch of stuff that if you don't know how to read a label, it's gonna tell you, oh, protein, fat, sugar, whatever, but the ingredient list is where you wanna look at. So it says no sugar, but anything ending in ose, you guys know, is sugar. Sucralose,
Fructose.
fructose,
Yeah,
maltose,
fructose, yeah.
Corn
cane
syrup.
sugar.
Glucose.
Oats.
Such and such brown liver syrup, all of that.
So
Yeah,
what about
lactose.
these shake shops that are out there? These
I love the oats.
The nutrition shots.
yes,
Yeah.
nutrition
It's-
shake shops. Where
It's
you get a shake.
Herbalife. Or is that what you're talking about? It says like
The other one like
something nutrition. There's one here.
Smoothie King, like Smoothie King.
You have to do that in moderation.
Smoothie King.
Yes.
So yeah, I don't know about. I don't do that.
They're
I
like,
think it's talking
they're
about
like
there's some
protein
in
shakes
Louisville where
and
it's a nice
it's like
shake,
wheat shake.
and they say it's a healthy shake. Like they'll give you cookies and cream, and you're paying the $6 for this shake, and it has all of these healthy additives in it, but you still have to have your normal balance because you still can offset it.
Wheat protein.
Well, I went to a. I don't go to those places. Like I said, I don't like sweet stuff to begin with. So I like I get like a green shake or something. But I went to one, and it was supposed to be a protein, like chocolate peanut butter or something, but it said chocolate, protein, peanut butter, and something else. Well, good thing I was looking because she was squirting the Hershey's like
Chocolate
syrup in it. It wasn't
Mhm.
chocolate protein. It was yeah.
It was real
So I'm
good.
like no, yeah. It didn't tell you like how much or anything. So
So are you into the prepared meals? Because that's really a simple way to get exactly what you need. Oats, your peanut butter, and your bananas all in one. You know, you pre-package and you put it up, and you can just create it. Well,
yeah,
You
like
said-
overnight oats for breakfast, fruit. I change like vegetables, but I literally when I go grocery shopping, I just like I said, 5 colors. But
colors.
Do you meal prep?
You know what? It's kind of like, you know, with Eddie, like my wife, right now she made fried chicken. I haven't eaten it yet, but man, it's fried chicken, right? And that's a lot of oils, it's a lot
But
of
see, you can also
fat.
change
You
the
have an
oils.
air
You can
fryer?
do
I know, right?
avocado oil. You can do grapeseed oil. It's like you can change it up, and then you can do dark meat, or or
But
you
yeah,
can just
so I
change
started
it.
eating oats every morning. So I'm doing overnight oats or just most oats, right? So it was like, oh, you need to get the steel cut oats. Like, what's the difference between oats and oats? They're like, oh, steel cut's better. Like,
Still cuts better.
I'm like,
and all that.
why? How? It's an oat. So, but again, this is the way it's cut. I'm assuming. Yes, ma'am. Why?
Wait, so you
adults
said
talk.
oil is bad, but what if it's vegetable oil?
You have to,
Yes,
you have
vegetable
to
is bad.
do vegetables bad. Do sunflower. You have to do the more
Olive.
healthier.
Olive
Oh
oil.
my God.
But ultimately, you said it, air fryer.
Like,
Air fryer would work just as well. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can air fry, or you can do the alternative. How you can do the panko crumbs, and then you bake it in the oven or whatever on 400. Flip it over, and it does the same crunch.
yeah, I use olive oil.
Is that better?
Can you put a book together that we can
I have
kind of like a cookbook, meal prep and stuff like that? Or?
Yeah, I can actually give you a website. That's what this little picture is from. I can put it in groups and Team Snap. It's called Choose My Plate. And you can go in there, and if you wanted to calculate how much of like 2 cups of fruit or 2 cups of vegetables, half a cup of fruit per day, whatever, protein, carbs, fats, it'll do that for you. And it's very easy. Yeah. It'll ask for your current weight, your height, your age, like what your goal is, lose weight, maintain, training. But it's called Choose My Plate. You can go on there. It gives you a whole chart if like a grocery shopper planner. So it'll say grains. That's what I usually give to my clients. So it'll say like grains, and it'll have a whole list of grains. So then you go to your shopping list, and like on grains, you can pick say 5 grains for the next 2 weeks. Put them on there, and make your meals from that. So you're gonna pick your protein, your fruits, your vegetables, your grains, and then whatever else. And then that way you know that okay, I need a protein, I need a fruit, I need a vegetable. So, but yeah, Choose My Plate. I'll send it in the Team Snap.
Okay.
Are you on Team Snap too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
Really?
That'll work.
Did you put me back on?
I don't know. I may block you. I don't know.
Does anybody have any questions?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, what happens to my body when I start working out? For example, I'm practicing Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have a game on the weekends now, plus I have athletics or volleyball now with the school, and I'm not eating properly. What are the first things that I start seeing that my body starts maybe decaying? Like, where do I see it? What would be the first signs?
Probably just fatigue. I know for me, if I don't drink water, I feel like I don't know if they would understand it, but like brain foggy, like I don't have a clear head. Headaches are another indicator.
Yeah.
But just really fatigue. Fatigue. Yeah.
My
Feel really
accent thickens a
thirsty.
lot when I'm dehydrated and tired.
You're gonna get cramps because you're not eating properly.
And I can't do numbers.
You
When I go
get
on the six.
delayed with DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. That's why I was saying, like, if you're getting that 2 days after, then you're not going through that recovery process adequately. But yeah, fatigue's gonna be like the first one.
I'm thinking of some of the girls that are injured, like Michelle.
Protein.
Protein
For repair. Protein and rest.
So her going
Like, I know you guys have games coming up, but is it better if she rests?
If I'm,
For a
if
few,
I'm
you know what I
running-
mean? Like, you gotta, or she be able to play the whole season.
Nah, she's resting Sunday, Monday, she's alright.
So if I'm running and